Hi guys, Wakenco713. This is a tutorial. If y'all didn't know, I uploaded a kit. I uploaded a modified quest kit so that it works with Droplet, and I'm going to show y'all how to use it. And I'm going to use my Ravens in Time and Space game as an example to show you. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I was a little late. I was trying to find the correct scene because I used a different scene. But, in any case, this is what it should look like. So if I go under server storage, you should see something called modified quest chat hit and miss. I'll include that in the subscription, but essentially you just want to follow the directions. So you want to put everything in the correct places. So replicate storage, game remotes. I've already done it here, and essentially this is the instructions from the original kit, but I had modified it for Droplet. The other thing I did too, if you noticed, apparently BW King uploaded a video for how to do the critical hit and miss chances, but the original owner that uploaded it got banned. So before I uploaded this, there was no way to get it again. So luckily I still had it. So essentially you'll see this wooden broadsword, which is the knockoff sword in my game. But if I turn off my camera, you'll see this is what it adds here. So basically this is the critical chance, which means 1 and what? So 1 divided by this number. I mean, I'm not sure what will happen if you put this as 0. I probably don't want to find out. I'm sure if you divide it by 0 or something, it probably just disables it. Or you can just take this out, I guess. You can leave this blank, maybe. I'll have to figure that out. But in other words, I can explain what this does though. So critical chance is the chance for landing a critical hit, and this is the chance for missing. And then crit multi is basically when you land a critical hit, it's going to multiply your damage by a certain number. Right now it's by 2, so that means instead of 4 damage, it's going to do 8 damage. And I mean, if you watch BW King's video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The big thing that I changed though is this, the damage event. Yes, hang on. Don't worry about that. That's just Grammarly. I have Grammarly on this computer, and but basically you just want to replace the damage event with this one. But the main thing that if you don't want to use the hit and miss, you want to do lines 102 to line 117. This is the main thing that you need to put in or exactly right here for it to work. But if you copy this in, as you can see, you'll get the hit and miss. You'll get the hit and miss stuff too. And essentially this is the dev panel from if you've used the original one, you know what it does. It pulls up the panel. But essentially there is also a cookbook, and I can sort of explain the cookbook. If you're watching this, BW King, you can probably make a video going more into detail, but essentially this is something I didn't know before I was doing this. But essentially you can add something that's called canceling quests, and if I look at the note here, the example thing is a red velvet person, and this is also what it looks like, by the way. So actually actually, so the red velvet person, if I go right here, you're about to see a little bit backstage behind the games. You'll actually not see many of it because obviously I put a lot of it in the server storage, but you will see what I'm talking about when you get the kit. But essentially there's a red velvet person, literally named after desserts, but essentially you get a regular quest, which is probably just killing mobs, but essentially when you go and talk to the red velvet person, and you go ahead and ask them questions. So if I go right here under chat, you can see that and BW King 16 uploaded a video on the original quest, so I really don't need to go dive in that deep. But my point is right here, if questing, basically this means it's if you're in the quest, it will say these things. It'll say, have you killed them yet? But you can now put in a response. So basically you can say, so this is the response obviously, but your choices are, I'll go kill some. So basically that means continue. But you can now add this option, and essentially when you do that, this adds something called so you have the response here, right? So it's just saying good luck. But right here, if you click this, and obviously there's a bar color for this, but this does something called cancel quest, which means it removes the quest, but that means it probably will get rid of all save progress. And then there's a response that says, I've canceled your quest. So what I do recommend is if y'all get it, you can go ahead and test the stuff out, but that is one of the things you can do, and it's pretty cool actually, I think. The other thing is retrieve quests. Now this is really cool, and because you would think that all of the quests involve killing mobs, right? Just killing every single mob, or the mob that you put on here, but this is different. So you could actually get people to buy something from the shop. But basically what this is saying is you can actually, when you use this, you can ask for you can ask the player to get a certain item. And essentially what this does is, so if I go under the request and go under the objective and I go under type, see, instead of it saying kill, it says retrieve. And what this means is you have this thing called chocolate ring and take item. And so essentially it's going to look for something with this exact name. If you have it, it will take it from your inventory, so you won't have it anymore, but basically in order for it to count towards your quest, you have to bring the item to the NPC. So you have to talk to the NPC, and it will take the item from you and it will add one to that thing. But I don't know, I just thought that was cool. So like you could have like one of these mobs have a low chance of dropping an item, and then when you get the item, you can hand it over to the NPC that gave you the quest, and you could complete the quest essentially, or make progress on it. It's kind of a different kind of quest, but I thought that was kind of cool. That's something you can do, so it doesn't just have to be killing mobs. Another thing you can do, so I don't know if you know this, but when you do, you can actually do multiple quests at a time. This changes it right here. And so essentially if I look at the note here, there's like an evil path and a good path, and essentially what that does is it basically you have to choose. So this is an example of how to create two quests where the player has to choose between the good side or the evil side. Once the player chooses which side they want, they cannot select the other. So basically what this means is it's something called if ever. So if I go under Mr. Evil, for example, and go under his chat, you see this thing called if ever. And essentially what that is that's for the quest. So it's saying that if they ever did a good quest, take this branch. And so essentially this is this activates if you talk to this guy while doing the other quest. So this is basically saying, okay, fight the bandits 1. You can't do you basically can't do it. And I think under if quested, no, there's not one there. But essentially, and it here, right here, it says you can add zones. You can do the doors. You can do the quest doors and make it so that you could literally have different paths doing this. And I just thought this was really cool. But that's what I'm trying to explain here. You can do multiple quests at a time. So you could do, like, I don't know, Goblin Genocide and Radcliffe Genocide, and you could do both of them at the same time. But if this is in here, you can only do one at a time. So when the player's doing a quest or has done it before, actually it says right here, if the player's doing a quest or has done it before, the if ever path will be taken. So basically, even if you've completed it, you can't choose the other one. So it actually locks you in, and it basically says, for Mr. Evil, they'll check to see if the player did the Fight the Bandits 1 quest before since it's the first good quest. If they did, the if ever branch will be taken, blocking the player from accessing the evil quest line. And the same goes for Mr. Good, but it goes for the Destroy the Village. I mean, I don't really feel like in this video showing it in action, but I'm just basically sharing all of the cool stuff you can do. And then obviously this is not just for quests. You can use this for chat too. So for example, here's Mr. Rainbow. You can literally talk to him. Essentially, this only adds something called pick random, and essentially it just changes the color. But it's just showing like all the different stuff that you can do. But essentially you can just have a chat and literally but you can use this pick random thing here. You could probably do this with quests too, but essentially this will let you, this makes it so that when you talk, you could also essentially this only changes the color, but I can see you all probably using this so that every time you speak to someone, they say different things. I think that's a really cool thing. And that is about it. I can sort of show it to you in action, I guess, if I hit play. And then obviously I'm going to turn the sound off so that you can hear me. I'm going to go, I don't have the whole thing in just yet, so I'm going to have to no clip. But as you can see, there is a quest thing, and I'm going to change that to purple for when it comes out. I was just experimenting with this. You can see right here, there's a quest door, and essentially this quest door is saying that you can't pass it without completing the quest. And so if I go through the quest, see, you can't do that. But I'm going to go ahead and talk to them. You'll say, okay, I hate grass guys. Can you kill 5 of them for me? If you do, I'll reward you. And then it says thanks. You'll see something on the top that says grass guy genocide. And if I click here, oh, you know what? I need to put the UI in the script. I think before the video I was modifying something, and that is why the UI has to be in the script. That's the first thing in order for it to work. But essentially you can go see it works. But my point is, so I'm going to go ahead, it's a kind of a quick quest, but if I go over here and talk to them, and this is using Droplet's kit, this is not EverCyan. You can tell with the animations. see this will appear and you'll have the quest. Now, if you talk to him again, it'll say, did you kill them yet? But with that other one, I actually did test it earlier, and options will appear that says, like, I want to cancel or I want to keep going. And if you say I want to cancel, it actually will cancel, and I think something should pop up here. But essentially, if you check the quest, this will be gone. Kind of like you completed it, but you didn't complete it. So if I go back in here, you got a little backstage tour of my game. But essentially, I'm going to go ahead and kill some mobs. So you see I killed a mob, right? So that's going to say that I killed one mob. So that's how you know it works. Now it won't find the sword, so it will say that it will not give a sword, but you'll know that it works because it will award XP. Let's see, how many have I killed? 4. So I have to kill one more. I'm probably going to change the quest too, obviously. I was using this sort of to just create it because I didn't feel like, you know, ungrouping everything from the kit in my testing place. Okay, where was it? Okay, it was right here. So you see this is yellow, so that means you've completed it. Thanks for killing the grass guys, here's your reward. So as you can see, I got some XP, but also, if you notice, I should be able to go through the door, see? So I'm able to go through the door now because I completed it. And yeah, that's about it. Essentially, with the retrieve quest, though, I can actually... I guess I can bring out the retrieve quest and test it on this video, but essentially I'm not gonna test the two-sided quest, but I probably will use it. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this and put it in the workspace, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in replicated storage. Notice I'm duplicating it because I'm getting rid of it later. Oh wait, wrong way. Now normally BW King 16 wouldn't show you, like, you know, what's going on with the game. And this is probably something I probably wouldn't normally do either, but I just wanted to show this is very early in development, so I think it's okay, honestly. So I think it would be under quests, yeah. And then I'm going to make I'm just going to create a sword, honestly. And call it Chocolate Ring. I'm going to take some shortcuts. Obviously, this won't be in the game. It's just for testing purposes. But you see, I have something called Chocolate Ring. Yeah, you'll see the chocolate person. Now, if this crashes, it's okay, because this is the first time I'm testing this. But essentially, it'll say, please help, I lost my ring. If you find it for me, I'll reward you. But essentially, it'll say, go find it for them. And what you have to do is, you have to talk to them. It'll say, okay, that might be a problem. Oh, I think you have to have the item out in your hand. Okay. Interesting. I've never tested this out before right here, so I just wanted to see if that works. Maybe it has to be an actual ring. I was thinking that it just... Hang on. So it says ring objective, chocolate ring, take item. Okay. This might be something that is broken right now that you can't use. Because I'm pretty sure... Huh. That's kind of interesting. I don't know why it's not doing it. But essentially, I was trying to just create a sword called Chocolate Ring because I would think that based off of it, turns in the quest. Yeah, I think somehow I thought that you had to talk it to him. I'm sorry if I did the video without, like, sorry if I recorded this and not knew every little thing. I just knew that there was, like, I just didn't... I know that oftentimes y'all are probably just going to use it, you know, for the killing, you know, just killing a certain amount of mobs. Because I sure did not know anything about this. But essentially... Whoa. Okay. Well, see, what I don't understand is... How do you give it to them? It's a retrieve type quest, so... Okay, maybe it's because it's in the starter pack. So what I'm just gonna go ahead and do is like, for real, just drop it, like literally just drop it in front, because I think that they expect you not to have it in the first place. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then start the quest, because I think that it should register as soon as someone picks it up. But then that might be a problem, because what if you find it and you don't, you know, you don't have the quest? So that I may have to update that, because that might be something with Droplet's kit that is interfering with that. But I don't think it should, because all that it's doing is picking up an item. You pick up the item and then it... See, that's what I don't understand. Because, see, literally all I modified was the damage script. And the kill things work. And I just showed that. So the kill thing works. So you can do the standard quests on these. I'm not sure the whole system with it. I thought that you had to talk to the NPCs when you had the item. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, where is that item? Where did I put the sword? Okay. That seems to be broken right now. But I might be able to go ahead and test a few things out and then see what I don't understand is oh, I hit the wrong one. I meant to hit play here. My point given here is that you're supposed to you're supposed to give the item to the NPC. Or maybe it's supposed to be something. It says it's supposed to be something taken from you. Like so like during the quest, it's supposed to be something that is taken from you. So oh, you know what? I'm looking under the wrong thing. I need to be looking under replicated storage. But essentially there's this thing called ring objective. Well, when I fix it, my point is, and I'm just explaining to y'all in the video for when I fix it, but my point for how it works is you're supposed to you're supposed to do you're supposed to give the quest somehow. I've never played many RPG games with quests before, and I don't think that many of them use that kind of quest. Most of them is just killing mobs. But see, what I don't understand is it's saying to take item. So if I go under replicated storage and show y'all what I'm talking about, under quests, it says this. So it gives you the reward, but it's the ring objective. So just like where you have here, and it's, you know, grass monsters, right? You've got goblin, right? You gotta kill the goblin. Maybe it's not called chocolate ring. Yeah, I have no clue how this works. If someone could put it in the comments, thank you. But I have no clue how this works. But my understanding, because there was a note, it said that it's supposed to be taken from you when you finish the quest. So maybe you have to just get it. But see, it says keep looking for that ring, and I have it. Hang on. I think I'm gonna have to. So it looks like there's no error. So obviously, it could just be something that you have to do when you use this. You may have to figure out. But I don't really understand what's going on, guys. If I go under here, inside the ring objective of the quest, you can see the type is retrieved. That means you must give the NPC item. Here it's chocolate ring. The take item inside the objective means that after the player turns in the quest, I don't know what that means. I would assume that that means that you talk to them. It means after you take the quest, the chocolate ring will be taken from them. Who do you talk to? Maybe it's something in Droplet's kit. I can test it out in EverScience and tell you if that's the case. Because I'm wondering if it's something in Droplet's kit, or if I'm just being very stupid today and not knowing what I'm doing. I know how to do the kill ones, though. I never used those before. I just put them in there because I know that probably y'all have, and you probably know how to use them. Which means it's probably broken and therefore cannot be used. I was thinking it was just the name. Hang on. No, that doesn't work either. So, but it says here inside the ring objective of the quest, you can see that the type is retrieve. This means that the player must give the NPC item. Here it's chocolate ring. See, hang on, I'm going to look at the NPC. Because maybe it's something wrong with the NPC. No, that's not it. There should be something that gives it to you. Shouldn't have tested it out on this video. Should have done it out of there. I might just cut this part out. See, this is what should happen though. It should register that you have the ring. I was just doing it as a sword because I have a feeling that it reads it based off of the name. Maybe it's the storage location? Huh. Yeah, maybe it's something else I have to program. Sorry, I thought the damage event was the only reason why it wasn't working. But this is the quest system anyway. So player added. Retrieve, right here. Starter gear unit. For quest pairs questing get children, do. So if it equals retrieve, then objective.targets.find first child item.name. So it looks like to me it just should automatically do it. You get the item and then it puts it in. But maybe it's because of where it is. Maybe I'm just being, stupid and just, I don't know. That's what makes sense to me. Where's starter gear? Huh. Yeah, that doesn't exist, buddy. Oh. I see. If I run, maybe it's something when I run it. Yeah, starter gear. It says that there's nothing in there. Okay, I think that okay, I'm gonna change something and just see if it works. So, hooray, you get to see an actual scripting video. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little something called find and replace. I hope this doesn't throw anything. But I'm gonna do a like. Can I do Control H and do find and replace? Yes, I can. Okay, I'm going to just see if this works. This might not work, but I thought it might be worth a try. If it does work, I will re-upload it. Sorry for the inconvenience, but that is another thing that is broken in the quest right now. Huh. Well, it says something about starter gear. That's what I don't understand. What the hell is starting gear? It worked. It worked. There we go. There we go. Okay, that's how it works. Okay. I'm going to re-upload it, okay? Sorry about the bug, guys. But I fixed it. I just now fixed it. Okay. Oh my god. And you got this on video to prove it. So, I am going... after this video, I'm going to go ahead and re-upload it. Let's see. I should probably test out something else, too. So, I'm going to go ahead and... well, I don't know. First off, I'm going to delete this quest now because we know that works. I am going to go ahead and do a little something called... well, I know the chat works because I tested that out earlier, and I can bring in the rainbow guy. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out good guy, bad guy. Cookbook. That's right. You know what? I'm gonna put both in here just to sort of show you what's going on. I'm only going to put these two in here, and I'm going to actually change them. But essentially, this is the, you know, either or. So this is going to be Goblin for kill the bandits, and then for destroy the village, this is going to be Deep Goblin. But essentially what this should do, and if I'm correct about this, I'm gonna theorize. My theory here is that so I guess I can show you the chat system. So essentially, here's Rainbow Eater. He is just a chat, obviously. So you can't really get, you know, quests from him. It's just a chat system. But let's say we do, let's do the good side for now. For 2, I can see it in your hearts. Please defend this village from evil bandits. Kill 5 bandits and I'll reward you. Now, if I talk to him, you'll see, come back here and I'll really kill you. He's saying this because you are currently starting this quest. But let's say, you know, you want to kill the goblins now, right? So I thought that was kind of cool right there. So, and I know for sure that that works. But what I'm not sure is what will happen afterwards. I'm about to find out for y'all. So we gotta kill 5. Yeah, sorry about the retrieve quest thing. That was another thing that was broken. It was starter gear. I ended up just... Did something just crash? I hope it didn't. I'm just looking at the output and an error happened. You may be wondering why I put the quest button way down there. It's because most of y'all are using an armor GUI. You can always move it. Okay, so it should say I complete it now. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back and, you know, tell the person that I did it. Okay, thank you, here's your reward. But it makes me wonder now. Okay, so now you're sort of just locked in, right? You can do it here, but see, basically it locks you in. You cannot complete the other one. But now I'm gonna so this is kind of cool, but keep in mind this locks you in. You cannot take the other path. This is kind of interesting if you want, you know, one-way paths. If you don't want other people, you know what I mean here? So, like, let's try the evil one now and see what that does. So that should be Deep Goblin, which is in Goblin Woods. It should basically be the same thing. So if I talk to Mr. Evil, didn't expect to see someone like you around these parts. How about you kill 5 villagers for me? I'll reward you greatly. So, okay, I've turned on the dark side now. Kill 5 D-Goblins. If I talk to him, he'll say, please never come back here. Whoops. I would have no choice but to kill you for what you have done. So if you can see, it's sort of a one-way thing. You know, you can only do one at a time. But if I go, where did I put it? No, it's this way. Yeah, so essentially there's 10 worlds so far. As you can see, obviously it's not going to look like this. It's not going to look like trash like it is right now. But that's because it is, you know. And obviously he'll kill you in one hit if you're not careful. This would be a good time to have alt accounts because, you know, if you want to play the alternate path and see what happens. Oh, wow. Okay. And now you have to kill 5 more, but I'm not going to go ahead. I'm not going to do that. We know it works because I talked to the other person, and it's essentially going to be the same thing. So essentially what I mean here is you can do these two things and it won't work. So essentially, yeah, so that for sure works. And I do think that's an interesting idea. I think that a lot can be done there. The only thing that I wish could happen, and it might either happen because I do have something for second quest, but from my interpretation, it will permanently lock you into that. So if you have started, because they have it there for the first quest. So as long as you've started and or completed it, if you have an option to cancel it, I think it won't lock you in. It's just if you complete it. If you add the option to cancel it, which I'm going to also show you before I wrap up, I'm thinking that if you cancel it, it will let you switch. But you will lose your progress, obviously. So I think, yeah, it's under here. It's going to be under here. But if you noticed when I was fighting, you know how I was landing some critical hits and misses? That is from here, too. And literally, you don't have to use this, you know, knockoff sword. The only reason why I included it in here, and it's not for this either, it's right here. It's right here. These things. You only have to copy these 3 lines, and you can use it with practically any weapon. But, yeah, if I go under cookbook and beginner, I am going to take this out, show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. Fire Dude is, you know, just the general quest, the quest that we're used to. But essentially, this should just be a regular quest. I'm not going to bother with actually making it work. Because my point for this is that you can cancel it. So if I go right here, you'll see a red velvet person. And if I click here, it'll say I want some chocolate. Please kill 5 chocolate monsters for me. I got a few something if you do. A few bucks. Sorry, it was blocked by the text. So you should see I have this, right? But let's say I don't want it anymore. You can talk to them, And essentially it'll say, you didn't kill enough monsters. So you have these two options now. So I can say, okay, I'll go kill some more, still there. But I can now say this. So I can say, I don't want to do this anymore. And it says, alright, I've canceled your quest. So if you look here, now it is just gone. So yeah, everything works now. The retrieve quest was the thing that was still broken, but I have fixed it and I'm going to re-upload it. Y'all can feel free to use it. Just be sure to credit me if you do. And yeah, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Basically do what this thing down here's doing. Or right here, sorry. Forgot the camera's mirrored. And be sure to check out the other Mystic crew, including BW King 16. And BW King 16, I hope you use something like this in Night Lordian or, Mystic 4 games. That this is, I think, pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now and, get this video uploaded. Until next time, Wayne Coast out.